Whether you're a trophy hunting veteran sat in your war room, body etched in scars from hundreds of platinum battles, or a newbie hunter just starting to flex your muscles, we all love a great game with a simple platinum, don't we? Beating big or tough games can be draining, and I am a big advocate for mixing up your games and having a healthy balance of genres and platinum difficulties. I like to have a more relaxing game in the background of my playlist at all times. Just finished 120 hours with Norman Reedus and Death Stranding? Just battles and bled your way through a Souls game? Bored of the monotonous grind of Battlefield 2042? Whatever brought you here, I got you covered. The best bit? You won't even have to buy any of these games that I'm going to recommend. There are literally over 700 games available on PS Plus spread across the 3 tiers. Now, with the monthly games for May being a bit of a disappointment, we thought we'd have a look and see if there were any good games with quick, easy platinums on PS Plus Extra or Premium. So the rules for these picks is nice and simple. Maximum of 10-hour completion time, a maximum of 4 out of 10 difficulty, and a minimum of 7 out of 10 for fun. Here are 5 great games with quick and easy platinum trophies on PS Plus as of May 2023. So let's go! A revamped gem of nostalgic 8-bit magic straight from 1986. The built-in game of the Sega Master System, Alex Kidd in Miracle World has been remade with enhanced graphics, but still offers you the choice to play in its original version. Not only is Alex Kidd an iconic piece of video game history every gamer should play, it's also a fantastically quick and simple platinum. Easily completed within 4 to 5 hours, an option for infinite lives that doesn't void trophies, and a handy chapter select for those pesky missables. As Alex, you must save your home Redaxian from the usurper Janken the Great, who has killed King Thunder and kidnapped his heir, Prince Eagle. You must travel to Janken's castle, defeat him and save Eagle so he can become king. 2D platforming, a little swimming, punching some enemies, a magic finger blaster that looked like a knockoff Green Lantern ring, and even a little helicopter flight. A wonderful nostalgic adventure suitable for all gamers. There is a boss rush, but don't worry, it's not challenging. In fact, it's a simple 3 or 4 minute sequence where you play rock, paper, scissors against the boss, then fight him. The fights don't even take long. Simply avoid his attacks and hit him 6 to 12 times depending on which boss it is. For a brilliant guide, the one I used was Bushido Cypher's. Great guy, great channel, great guides. If you don't know him, go check him out. 4-hour completion time, 3 out of 10 difficulty, and a vintage gaming experience that you can plat twice on PS Plus Extra, as it has both PS4 and PS5 stacks. The futuristic feline adventure that took 2022 by storm, Stray was a day one release to the new PS Plus Extra and delighted players worldwide with its adorable lead, cute and cool robot sidekick, and the dystopian future they inhabited. After getting separated from your pack and stumbling down into a strange futuristic city, you quickly befriend some of the robot inhabitants and learn of their plight. Your ginger Stray and floating robo companion set out to learn what happened to their world and try to reopen their city. Platforming, problem solving, and stealthing your way through. Stray is a great game with a fascinating world and lore to absorb. 2 trophies stand out. Firstly, the Can't Catch Me Goldie for surviving the first Zork chase without one latching onto you, a finicky and irritating trophy, and easily the most frustrating of the game. Secondly, there is a speedrun for you to complete the story within 2 hours. This sounds hard, but is arguably the easiest speedrun you will ever do. The game is a somewhat fresh experience in that you truly are a cat, and not only does this mean you are much smaller, but you're much lower to the ground, making the small but fantastic environments around you look far bigger, grander, and more intimidating. The inability to talk makes the storytelling very interesting, told initially through what we can see and interact with using our adorable ginger protagonist, but then as the world opens up and the robots are introduced, the world and its history is revealed to us via dialogue, signs, posters, and memories we find for B12. A brief but wonderful game and a fantastic experience that I truly hope gets a sequel. Overall, the game will take you 8 hours to platinum as it requires 2 full playthroughs thanks to the speedrun. Stray has a difficulty of 3 out of 10 and both PS4 and PS5 stacks are available on PS Plus Extra or will cost $24.99 from the digital store. Enjoy playing with your pussy. Just don't get me started on that productive day Silvo again. If Tim Burton made a video game, it'd look exactly like MediEvil. Characters, environments, and humour, all very Burton-esque. It would be easy to believe that Daniel Fortescue shared a universe with The Corpse Bride or Jack Skellington. That influence is why I was so drawn to the game as a teenager when it originally released on the PS1. 20 years later, it was the reason I wanted to platinum the remake when it came out in 2019. And older, I appreciated the British humour of the game much, much more. You are Sir Daniel Fortescue, shamed and ridiculed knight accidentally resurrected to save Galamir from the evil Zarok. You journey through the levels and hope to redeem yourself by hacking and slashing enemies away with an assortment of interesting weapons. There's a small amount of platforming, and each level does have a puzzle to solve in order to progress. The game is engaging, but not difficult. The comedy and art style of the game don't distract from what is also a very well told and enjoyable story. Although the mechanics are dated and clunky at times, they aren't so bad that they distract from the sheer fun of MediEvil. The platinum is easy. PSMP gives it a 3 out of 10, which is about right. You will need a guide for the collectibles and a few hilarious trophies like turning an enemy into chicken, and then cooking him, and then eating him. Completion time of around 8 hours, MediEvil is one of the most fun games you'll ever play. MediEvil is currently on PS Plus Extra or can be bought for $24.99 in the store, but is often discounted during sales. The Forgotten City, a game I may have mentioned once or twice before. Now, I did say in a previous video that this game can take 15 hours, but that's only because it took me that long to do as there were no guides out when I played it. With a guide, you can now earn this platinum in 5 to 6 hours. The Forgotten City is a masterful indie game which drops you into a mysterious city underground with a sinister secret. You have to discover the truth and break the cycle to escape. The research and storytelling are simply stellar, and the mystery only gets more intriguing the further you get. Most of the game is problem solving through learning about each character carefully. There is a short action sequence where you'll be armed with a bow and arrow, but it's not too difficult and the game doesn't offer any other skill dependent moments. Another game with both PS4 and PS5 stacks on PS Plus Extra, The Forgotten City sells at $24.99 on the digital store, a difficulty of 2 out of 10 and a sweet completion time of 6 hours. A game I promise will not disappoint. If you do enjoy the game and are interested in indie game development, I strongly recommend looking into how Nick Pierce devised the game originally as a Skyrim mod and his story of turning it into a real full game. Really fascinating and inspiring story. Fighting games are notorious for being hard as hell plats, but Tekken 7 breaks the mold so much that it's arguably the easiest fighter plat out there. Working on this myself at the moment and I'm having a really good time with it. I'm not a Tekken fan in all honesty, I've always gravitated towards Mortal Kombat, back in the day some good old Dead or Alive, but Tekken never really appealed to me. That's changing quickly as I work through 7's fantastic story and enjoy the game's combat system. Now, the PSMP guide claims that Tekken 7 is a 3 out of 10 difficulty with a 10-hour completion time, which actually seems about right as many of the trophies revolve around performing certain moves or doing X amount of damage. Many of these seem to pop naturally throughout the story. There seems to be a small grind with the treasure battle mode, but this is offline so it shouldn't be too difficult. This consists of winning battles and leveling up to warrior and winning 20 fights against higher ranked opponents. There is a very small amount of online, but the platinum only requires you to win 1 fight in a ranked battle and 1 in a tournament. This could be the trickiest part of the platinum adventure, but being as you only really need to win 2 fights, it shouldn't be too problematic. Just do what I do and wait to get matched with some snotty 10-year-old and just spam low kicks until they rage quit. Tekken 7 does have a huge array of DLC characters, but luckily the devs didn't attach any trophies to these extra characters, so for the hardcore completionists out there, you don't need to worry. Once you've got the platinum, you're done with this game. Available on PS Plus Extra, but can also be found often in the digital store sales. There you are, 5 easy platinum trophies on PS Plus Extra and Premium for you to go and earn. Let me know if you're going to go and platinum any of these games and if you'd like to see us turn this into a monthly series. Now, 2 of my friends and trophy hunting YouTubers have already made similar videos recently that I highly recommend checking out. So if you need even more fun, easy platinums or just don't like my picks here, then check out my boys Leechy and Peter Games. They've got you covered with totally different sets of games for you to chew through. Thanks for watching. I'm Zach, she's Crew, this is ZXL. Be good to each other.